Hello everyone, Jonas here with another shoutcast for you. Today I actually have Frisky from VP Gamers for Spades from Team VT. Both these guys are Grandmasters players, so they definitely are very good at their given race. Frisky is starting to blossom, is the best way of putting it. He is dominating the PTGL Solo League and league matches. When he's playing for VP Gamers, he's been dominating those, doing lots of AKs. So he definitely is starting to make himself well known. He's also going to be going to MLGs here coming up, so hopefully he'll do well in those. But he definitely has been doing great in tournaments as well. Now, Spades on the other right hand, everybody knows who he is. He is definitely a pro gamer, and he has been going to MLG games and doing really well. He's also been dominating the tournament scene and also league matches as well for VT. So everybody knows who Spades is. He's definitely a very, very good player. Frisky is getting there though. He definitely is on the same page, I think, as Spades though. So he definitely can actually compete in this match, I believe. We'll have to wait and see who wins though, but I have a good feeling that he can do really well against Spades. At least give him a pretty good matchup. I haven't seen the outcome of this match. I haven't actually seen it yet, so this is all new to me as well as we keep on going down this down the road here. We do have Spades opening up with a barracks and a supply depot, which is very standard. It'd be interesting to see if he grabs this gas here very soon or not, just because it'll kind of give us an idea if he's going for some sort of fast expansion. Frisky, on the other hand, is going with a very standard build, going with his assimilator and basically his gateway first. So basically he is definitely not going to be cheesing or anything like that with this opening. He's actually going. He's going to go right for the gas right away there, so he has 3 guys on gas, so definitely is going to a very standard Protoss build. We do have Spades actually going into the base of Frisky here very shortly. Still no gas for Spades, so definitely probably going for a fast expand build. That's the only thing I can really think of at this point, since there is only 1 racks up. Looks like he's going to go for that expansion here soon, I would think. He's saving up. He has about 290 minerals now, so it's getting up to that 400 mark. Cybernetics core about 50% done for Frisky, so Frisky is going to be scouting this probably here very shortly. He actually did scout already, sorry. This probe already actually went in there and seen that there wasn't much going on, and he is well aware of just 1 racks, no gas, and if he goes back in there right now he would see that there is an expansion going up for VT Spades. We do have SCV actually might be destroyed here, and it does go down. That's kind of big for Frisky, actually making Spades lose that SCV that was actually scouting him. Kind of a big victory. So Spades is going to be kind of blind here since he doesn't have that SCV up in the base. He's going to have to force some scan or 2 probably to see exactly what Frisky's going. Frisky does throw down 2 more gateways, so he is going a 3-gate type build here. Possibly 3-gate to expand is what I'm going to assume he's going to go with. And we do have Spades throwing up 2 additional barracks, so he's going to go 3 barracks, and he is getting lots of Marines out at this point. Finally getting his gas up, he's going to get 1 refinery going, so possibly going to be getting his tech labs up and maybe go with STEM and Marauders. We'll have to wait and see, or possibly even reactors. That definitely has been a very known thing to do now, go mass Marines with lots of reactors and just have tons of Marines to take out the Protoss army early. Frisky is getting that proxy pylon on the top ledge, that way he can easily warp in some units over the cliff and really get a nice little army to kind of make Spades get defensive and stay in his base, because this expansion will be hard to actually saturate down here at the bottom, which is a great move for Frisky to put this early pressure possibly on him. Definitely agree with that. Don't know what happened to his army. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's in the. I'm like, I know he had a Stalker and Zealot. Where did it go? But he is going to go in the smoke here, where you cannot see in there unless you actually go past that smoke. And he is also going to expand off of this, which is a brilliant play. Basically, make Spades defend, his base and keep him in his base, and keep this pressure up is always a good thing to do. And he's going to have to push away here because there's a lot of Marines there, but Spades is going to stay in his base. He's content with staying in there. He is going to throw down another bunker because he's afraid of probably a 4-gate, because I don't think he actually is able to scout unless he would waste the scan. Let's find out here. And he is aware of the 3 gateways, but he isn't aware of much because it's been a long time since he did scan. And we do have Frisky actually throwing down that Nexus, like I said before, so he's going to be working on 2 bases here very shortly. Good thing about Spades is he does have some mules coming down from his orbital command here, supply blocking himself a little bit too, but both players are actually supply blocking themselves a little bit, but nothing bad. I mean, when you're dealing with pro players here, they definitely like to keep things on the edge, and they don't want to get too far ahead with their supply depot count because they really want to save their minerals. We do have stem about 50% done for Spades, so Spades is going to be doing some sort of probably push here very shortly to get him out of get him outside the base and be able to expand off of this. Probably when stem comes up would be a great time. I mean, Marauders even coming out now as well. Worker count's going to be 27 to 34. We do have Frisky a little bit ahead there, but the mules are going to kind of even that out. But the advantage he has is he's working off of 2 bases that are fully saturated compared to just 1 base that's fully saturated. So Frisky looking pretty good here at this point in the game. He does have his robotics facility up, even getting an observer across the map, and he's going to be able to scout right inside the base and see exactly what Spades has. And we do have Spades actually finally pushing out, possibly. No, he is going to scare Frisky away though, but he isn't going to push out, and Frisky's going to be able to see everything that's going on, even pushes back to the base because he's well aware of the push not coming out because of this observer that's on top of his army. Stem is going to be researched and completed here in about 2 more seconds, and we do have combat shields about 70% done as well, so these Marines are going to be very powerful. And we do have a robotic spec going down for Frisky. Frisky's going to push up here, does about 2 force fields, 3 force fields, completely blocks off the ramp, picks off a Marine. The good thing about that is it forces him to stay in his base a little bit longer. He did cancel those bunkers there, so he was planning on pushing out. But Frisky buys a little bit more time, and there's not going to be any attack, I don't think, coming to Frisky anytime soon. He's just trying to, block off this ramp, that way he can expand, and that's exactly what he's doing at this point as well. Combat shield's done, and we do have the SCVs finally being able to saturate this. At this point though, look at that difference in the, well, I mean, some of that is because a lot of workers were transferred, but I mean, he still was far ahead there. Finally able to saturate this, and that's going to put Spades a little bit back into this game. But I mean, man, you got Frisky far ahead here. 46 to 36 is the worker count, about 10 workers ahead. There are 2 mules out though, and we do have a drop coming in for Spades, so Spades is going to try to destroy some workers. But look at that observer placement from Frisky. Frisky's well aware of this, getting in position, and he might be able to snipe this before it lands. Possibly. No, he's not going to. This is definitely going to land, but not going to be efficient at all. And Spades knows this, and he backs away right away. So great observer placement for Frisky. Frisky's able to defend this very easy, and Spades going to go back home without any worker kills at all. We have Attack 1 and Armor 1 going down for Spades, and we do have Extended Thermal Lance going down for Frisky. So both players doing some nice upgrades. Forge finally going down for Frisky, so Frisky's going to be starting doing those Attack 1 and Armor upgrades that are very, very effective. Especially with a bunch of zealots in your mix here. Charge is one great thing I would like to see out of Frisky here as well. And there's 1 Colossus up, but I mean, the walk distance is so great on this map. It can be a really pain to get to the other side of the map. You can destroy these rocks to make it a little bit faster to get to your opponent, but that'll just take a little bit of time. And Spades, I think, it has the advantage right now if he pushes, because he's got a massive army. Look at all those Marines with combat shield and stem as well with 1 medevac to keep a hilt sort of. He's gonna be able to pick off this proxy pylon here, but that just gives Frisky a little bit more time, and Frisky is well aware of this push now because of that. But he's gonna go back to the base and go for the rocks, it looks like, which is actually a pretty good move. Even the actual observer goes down, and that's what all he wanted to kill was that observer. Not going for the back rocks quite yet. Factory doing a great job scouting as well, and a pylon going down for Frisky as well. So Frisky getting nice map control here, but he cancels that pylon, so this army is on the way. Stem goes down on a few units to destroy this actual probe that's actually trying to build that pylon. It is going to be destroyed, and we do have actually Spades getting a little bit of map control here. We have 1 attack going down for the Protoss player, but 1 attack, 1 armor almost completed for Spades. So Spades is going to be a little bit ahead in the upgrade category, which is a great spot to be against a Protoss player, especially with a lot of Marines and Marauders on the field. Those Marines and Marauders can tear some stuff up. Looks like we do have Spades actually scouting down to that high yield just to make sure that Frisky's not up to anything no good there, because if someone did have that high yield for a long period of time, it can actually make that battle one-sided there. We have 1 attack and 1 armor completed for the Marines and Marauders, and he's right away working on 2 attack and 2 armor, while Frisky only has 1 attack almost completed. He does finally get the Twilight console down, so I'm sure we'll see some Zealot legs. But here comes the attack from Frisky, and these medevacs are out of position, and still pretty good spread from Spades. Spades is picking off a lot of Zealots. All the Zealots do die, but there's a nice little conclave here from the actual Stalkers to protect the Colossus. The Colossus are going to town on these Marauders, but this is going to be a very close battle. And the Stalkers are going to be all picked off. The only thing that's left are the Colossus and some Marauders. Marauders chasing down with Stem these Colossus, but Frisky's macro on this pretty good. And the micro is going to go with the lead of Frisky by just a little bit there. And only 1 Colossus survives out of that whole attack. So great job from Frisky. Frisky even expanding off of this, which is going to be big if he's able to actually saturate this. We do have Spades trying to get an army back together, even joining some Vikings in the mix to deal with those Colossus pretty easily. But we have the 2 attack and 2 armor almost completed for Spades, but we do have Blink on the way and 2 attack for Frisky here. But we have another engagement, and Spades needs to be very careful here, getting to even losing these Vikings, which is big for Frisky here, and he's going to have to back away. And that was kind of big for Frisky, that engagement there, because he really needs those Vikings. He needs to get a great number of Vikings to deal with these Colossus. There's only 1 Colossus on the field, and it looks like the production of the Colossus have stopped at the moment, though. But look at that, 2 Colossus pumped out, and he is going to be working on a 4th one as well. So he does have a little bit less Colossus right now, but that's going to be changing here in about 1 minute here once those Colossus get over to this actually army. And those are 2 attack, 2 armor, though, right around the corner being completed in about 10 more seconds. And that's going to be big, and he's going to give Spades a little bit upper hand. Spades getting a planetary fortress in here, very smart, gives him a little bit more security down here to protect this base. And it's going to be 3 base to 3 base once again. And the economy, if we look at the tab, is going to be in favor of, whoa, look at that difference there with those mules on the field. What does he have going on here? Where are those mules? Oh, they're right where I was. Look at all those mules on there. 4 mules actually mining this base is just making him go so far ahead in the economy. And we look at the worker tab, 57 to 56, very, very even, but the difference is those mules. And if we look at the workers killed so far, 1 apiece is all. So this has not been a harassing game at all. No workers have been being attacked or destroyed all game long. So we do have Zealot Charge actually on the way, which is a very powerful build, and that attack 3 is coming as well. So we do have Frisky on 2 attack compared to 2-2 for the Marines and Marauder Ball here. And we do have Frisky actually just taking that Zalnaga, being very cautious. He doesn't want to jump in there, because if he actually attacks us with that planetary fortress, it can be very, very devastating to him. And he is going to be getting all those upgrades, even working on the armor upgrades now, since he does have the attack 2 and 3 on its way. But Spades is doing a great job keeping up with his macro, getting his troops up and going. The army count, if we go to that tab here, we're going to see the army supply 116 for actually Spades and 93 for Frisky. So we do have actually Spades being ahead in the army count, and the worker count is going to be about even there. So looking really good for Spades at this point in the game. We'll see what Frisky can do here. He definitely needs to be very careful if he does decide to engage his army. We have actually some flanks might happen here if he does attack from the top and from the side, and the Vikings right on top of the planetary fortresses. This is very, very dangerous if he does decide to push in here. Another Colossus are coming on the field. There are going to be 4 down here at this point, and that attack 3 almost getting completed there, and that 1 of the armor is going to be completed here. We do have Spades actually trying to pick off some Colossus, and look at that. Frisky's well aware that backs away, and he is not going to lose any Colossus there. So very, very good keeping an eye on his army, not letting it get destroyed or anything like that, or being surprised. And we do have actually Spades going for attack 3 and armor, and that's going to be very, very nice if he's able to get that. He's going to be pretty far ahead. But the thing is, though, the one thing that's worrying me is that attack 3 is going to be done, and Frisky's ball of troops here can really, really do a lot of damage. But there's the armor upgrades are a little bit more efficient for Spades, so it's going to be very interesting. It really just depends on who comes down to micro and a little bit better here. Both armies are maxed at this point in the game, so we're just basically going to have actually Spades is going to be the one being the brave to push out against a max Protoss army. Here comes the engagement. Zealot's going down like flies really fast there. Colossus in the back doing a lot of damage though. Vikings trying to pick off all those Colossus. Look at those Colossus go down. The only thing that's left is a bunch of Stalkers. Stalkers are being very good, doing a good job picking off the Marauders. But this army is going to be actually demolished from Frisky here. The Vikings landing to get in this action as well. But we have a lot of warp gates technology going down. Zealots actually coming in here to do a lot of damage, and those TAC 3 Zealots are just picking apart these Marauders. And then we do have Frisky Stalkers just picking off from the back end and not taking any damage. Spades is going to have to back away, I think, and he is going to do that right at the second, losing all of his Vikings. We still have a little bit of Colossus coming out, but we have a lot of Zealots being warped in. Definitely a very powerful unit, especially with that TAC 3. And Armor 2 actually coming out right now as well. So very interesting game so far. Both players playing very well. Both players are very even grounds at this point. Spades is a little bit ahead though. And he throws down 2 more command centers. I think he needs to just... If I was Spades right now, I would be backing away, waiting for my attack 3 to be completed. Here comes the DTs though, and is he going to have a scan ready? And here we go. We do have the engagement for the DTs. DTs are not going to attack. He's going to go for the mineral line, and he's going to do a lot of damage. There goes 1 scan there. He's going to force a lot of scans though. Turrets are going to go down right away for Spades. Spades is well aware of this now since he didn't have that one attack. This one DT is going to come in here, and there's nobody back here to defend these poor SCVs. He's going to get a few SCV kills up here, but Spades is going to attack while this DT is doing a lot of damage. Archons are forming as well. Lots of Archons in here doing a lot of damage. Stalkers in the back as well, picking off a lot of Marauders as well. Even the Medevac's falling. So that was definitely a nice engagement from Frisky there. Frisky tore apart the army, and just going to town in the base still is this DT doing a lot of damage. And how many did he lose there? 10 workers were lost in that exchange from Spades there, unfortunately. And Spades is finally going to get his troops up here, and he's a scan. Turn going down, but he's losing. There goes the scan, and that finally ends that attack. We have Frisky actually going for this command center here. We do have Spades trying to expand off of this, and this command center might die. 200 life left. It's definitely going to die. And then we have Spades actually doing a counter attack here, trying to clean up as much as he can. And Spades is going to be able to probably start to saturate this here very shortly, but losing that command center was 400 minerals. That's never good, especially in a micro game like this. You want to keep, or macro game like this, you want to keep as much alive as you can, especially this type of forces coming here, dominating Stalkers and Archon force. Nice blink on top of the Marauders or Marines. He's well aware though that planetary fortress, and he is going to actually engage us away from his planetary fortress now. I do not agree with that because these Zealots and Stalkers are just tearing apart his army. And he is going to back away, Frisky is, because he doesn't want to engage that planetary fortress there. Very interesting game so far, and we do have actually Spades bringing SCVs down, but these rocks are not destroyed. He was trying to destroy them, but Frisky actually pushes in, and look at this fantastic play from Frisky. Frisky's actually going to go to the top side of the base, and he's going to go destroy these rocks and march right into the main base of Spades. Spades is not aware of this either. He's so far out of position. All of his troops are going down here to destroy the rocks, and he does have no idea that Frisky's marching to his main base. This can be very bad for Spades here. And the rocks do go down, and here comes that massive Protoss army, and it's going to go right to the base of Spades, picking off a couple of Marines and Marauders that are trying to reinforce the troops, and Spades is finally pushing it over on the map, but this is not good. This whole army is inside his main base, destroying all of his tech buildings, and he's going to have the high ground advantage here, and this is really good for Frisky. Frisky's going to come down here, march down here, and start to pick off a lot of Marauders, blink right on top of them. Zealot's coming in here, and a lot of damage is being done. Spades is trying to micro as best as he can to kill as much as he can, but that Blink Stalker is just unbelievable, and those Zealots are just tearing it apart as well, and I think that's going to be GG, unfortunately, for Spades, and that whole army just got demolished there. And Frisky's going to go for the planetary fortress, I guess. He's going to be a baller here, and he's going to go right for it, and will he be able to destroy that? SCV's actually repairing the planetary fortress, trying to actually keep it alive. And it's going down, but a lot of troops are going down as well, and there it goes. It does die. Reinforcements up on the top, but Spades is out of men, and he's out of breath here, unfortunately. He's losing too much, and that's going to be GG, unfortunately, I think, for Spades. Frisky is marching in here, destroying all of his main bases there, and basically nothing there to defend this at this point in the game, and it's just a matter of time before Spades taps out. But Spades trying to be being the man he is and staying in this game and trying his best to get back into this. He does have a base down here, but one Zealot is actually going to town. How many kills does this guy have? 5 kills so far, and more coming as well. And here comes the actual expansion for Spades is going to go down as well. And he has no mining buildings now. He's completely mined out on both his bases on top. So Spades has definitely not looking good for him. Frisky's definitely way ahead at this point in the game, and I'm scared to look at the economy tab here. 1,000 minerals to 80 at this point, and Spades is just, I don't know what he's doing at this point. There's nothing much he can do. This is his whole army, 131 to 47, and a lot of that is workers, unfortunately. Frisky is going to come up here, march up to the main base, and DT's coming in here to deal as much damage as they can. And DTs are going to start going to work here. There's a couple scans left, and I think Spades is pretty much given up, but he hasn't GG'd out yet. And Spades is going to lose this army as well. So that's pretty much GG at this point, and there's the GG from Spades. Well played from Frisky. My goodness, he was just dominating that whole game, showing us the Protoss can, you know, basically demolish a Terran player late game there. And yeah, that was basically that game. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will cut this one close because this was a long game and I am out of breath. But anyways, it was fun casting this. Once again, please follow Frisky. He is definitely starting to get up there. He's a very good player. I don't know if he has a live stream or not. I need to find out. I might have to ask him that and see, because I definitely would be watching if he did. But anyways, I will be posting more replays of Frisky just because I am a big fan of his, and I love to post his replays because they're always interesting to see. And he's been playing some very, very good players like Spades and other guys at that stage, since he is top 20 Grandmasters. Anyways, I will talk to you guys next time. You guys have a great day, and once again, I hope you enjoyed this.